Hello! Hello today. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Cormyr, Land of Lords. Joining me this week is Bjornvar. Say hello.
Hello.
I suppose that's
I
what I
am
asked you to...
Bjornvar.
There you go. So, could you tell me about who you'll be playing?
I'm going to be playing a human in full plate that some people will mistake for a dwarf, mostly because he worships a dwarven god, is a cleric of the Church of a Dwarven God, and is also short and heavily bearded. But he is actually a Cormyr nobility.
Yes, unmistakably human.
I think he's mistakenly human, really, because he's short and heavily bearded.
That's true.
But he'd be quite tall for a dwarf.
Very. Waved again instinctively.
But...
I guess if you ever say hi and I'm around, assume I waved at the screen like an idiot. I always do, Spencer, and it gives me life. But welcome, everybody. Settle on in. We have the last of the side stories leading up to Act 4. This time, Porthos returns to his family home and makes a trek to the Dwarven stronghold where his mentor lives.
I also waved at the screen to wave back at Spencer.
There you go. So, you've been on the road for a while ever since you left Arabelle. You decided to do the trip on your own to save money. After everything you've been through, you don't really feel like you're going to run into a threat?
I can deal with anything that I should run into.
Exactly.
Or anything I really expect to.
Yeah.
I'm heading to the Dwarven city in the far hills currently, correct?
Well, you're on your way. To get there, you have to pass through your family's mansion, so I figured I'd have you stay there for a few days and then head out.
Okay. That makes sense. I figured I'd visit my family after my stop in the far hills, but that also makes sense.
Yeah, because you have to pass directly through Terlook and Highhorn.
Oh yeah, of course I was going to stay there overnight.
Yeah, so I've got you staying for maybe a couple of days and then heading off. It's really up to you. But yeah.
Well, I mean,
not
I
really...
arrived there anyway, unless, of course, I get ambushed on the road by something.
No. In fact, by the time you get there, you're kind of in wish a motherfucker would mode. It's been way too quiet and safe. You're not used to this anymore. So the gates of Silversword Estate swing open with a dull creak as you approach. A small blanket of snow covers the outer courtyard, a packed trail of footprints forming a path to the large, ornate wooden doors.
Yay, I love snow.
Yeah.
It'll be good to be inside, have some mulled wine, or maybe another warm alcoholic drink.
Oh yeah. So when you step into the manor hall, you're greeted with a familiar scent of burning poplar and sandalwood. A servant
sandalwood?
Yeah. A servant happens through the main hall and tosses you a familiar smile as he carries a bucket of soapy water. You think his name's Hans?
Am I sure his name's Hans?
I mean, it's you recognize him, and he's not like a servant you're close with, but you're pretty sure his name was Hans.
I wave, but don't try and call him by name, because I'm not certain.
Yeah. Like I said, he just threw you a nod as he's rushing by with soapy water.
I assume that either the gate guard told me, introduced me, or told me where people are.
Well, there's no need to. You know your way around. The gate guard opened the gate for you and greeted you.
Okay. Are people normally in the main hall at this time of day?
No, they'd normally be about doing whatever their job is. I think I actually have a picture. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay. Well, if I arrived early enough that they're still going about their daily stuff, I'll probably try and go to my dad's office.
Yeah.
Sorry, my father's office. And because I had sent him some documents, and uh, I would find out if there's anything that's happened, and give him a first-hand account of uh the stuff I've learned recently.
Absolutely. So, you head for the stairs next to the kitchen and climb a spiraling staircase to the third floor where your father will be waiting in his study. When you get there, the door is slightly open. Inside, your father, Belliard Silversword, is sipping brandy and reading some kind of document. To his side, in front of the window overlooking the inner courtyard, is your Uncle Roven, arms clasped behind his back, looking down into the courtyard.
I pause for a second outside the door, see if they're uh discussing anything. If so, I wait. If it's silent in there, I will knock on the door frame.
Yeah, it's the only sound is your father putting his brandy glass down.
So I knock on the door frame to let them know I'm
Mhm.
present, and to uh ask if I'm welcome to enter.
Uh, your father perks up when he gets he's attention is drawn to the door when you knock, and he perks up. Ah, Porthos, it's good to see you, my son. I pray your travels were calm and enjoyable.
They were calm, which is not always enjoyable, but it's to be expected in the winter.
He stands up and walks over to greet you. Your mother will be pleased to see you. She's currently occupied in the drawing room entertaining your Aunt Estelle. Uh,
Oh,
they'll be joining us for dinner this evening.
well, it'll be nice to see the family again.
Absolutely. And word of your accomplishments has reached far ends of the realm. Before you can even get a word in, Roven, without turning around, shouts, as is his betrayal of the Silver Sword name.
Not all renowned is good, but uh, I believe I've been doing my best to uh, satisfy the desires of the royal house, which I can't think wouldn't be good for the Silver Swords.
With a grumble, your uncle turns around and stares at you. For the good of the Silver Swords, no. For the good, what's good for the Silver Swords is what's good for the nobility. What you did was give away perfectly good land that belonged to Cormyr.
Are you not familiar with that land? It is in no way perfectly good. However, I was under the understanding from the royal house that they would prefer that this be settled without war, as there was an opportunity to avoid large scale and expensive, both in lives and resources, conflict. We attempted to do so, and looks like the royal house ratified our preliminary agreement.
Oh, they certainly did, shakes his head. We should never have let you live with those cultureless knuckle draggers. To think that you ally yourself with demi-men and monsters against your own people. Ah, you should have killed the
Dwarves
savages
are
when you
not
had...
demi-men.
Well, they're certainly not men.
No, they're dwarves.
You should have killed the savage when you had the opportunity and left the rest to the purple dragons. But instead, Cormyr has conceded a large swath of its land to monsters that wish to play its statesman. Your father cuts him off. Brother, please calm yourself. I understand your position and I sympathize, but this is still Porthos' home. You will have some respect. Your uncle tightens his fist but says nothing, turning back to look out the window again.
My primary duty when I'm serving the crown is to represent what they desire. If they had desired conflict or something to those extents, I would have been happy leading forces to purge the giants and their allies. However, they sought to avoid large-scale conflict.
Your uncle continues to stare out the window, not wishing to transgress any further. Your father gets your attention. Please forgive him, son. I know that you did what you thought was best. I'm proud of you for it. My only judgment is that you may have failed to consider the interests of House Silversword and the noble houses in making your decision. That's something I would like you to reflect on.
Well, I didn't feel that I needed to consider the interests of the nobility in general. I determined that being in the good books, as it were, of the royal house was in House Silversword's interests. I have endeavored to ensure our family's prestige while I do my travels, but it is not always the only concern.
Your father simply nods, understandingly.
There is a reason that I asked for information on the political realities. As we both know, this is not my area of expertise.
Well, we're still gathering information about the political realities.
There does seem to be some suspicious behavior from some noble houses, but
certainly, there have been a lot of unexplained problems, not just with other noble houses, but with our own.
I haven't heard of any of those.
No, I can't imagine you have. We've been very quiet about it.
Of course. Any that are relevant to the areas that I've been in?
It's hard to say, honestly.
I assume that some at least loosely involve the royal court, but... and that some would involve trade. But unless it's a particular thing, they're not areas where my abilities are particularly useful. I am a blunt instrument in most cases.
Oh, I don't think you're quite so blunt. You took to the cloth better than many. And an unusual cloth. I know not everybody respects that sort of lifestyle, but I'm proud of you. Now, I must finish my work. Please make yourself at home, obviously, and we will make sure to go over this information over dinner and for the next few days until you make your trip to the stronghold.
Do you know if there is another caravan heading out before the snows close the pass?
I've had one prepared for you.
Okay.
We'll be sending a small complement of guards, and they'll return with the caravan once you've arrived.
Thank you. I suspect that adding another trained warrior isn't a downside on this type of expedition either.
Oh, certainly not. I mean, the only purpose really is to bring back the caravan. Like, in all honesty, if you run into any problems, I'm sure you can handle them.
There are a handful that are beyond my means, but it's unlikely that, unless you've heard something strange, I'll come across any that, at least in terms of physical conflict, are outside of my means.
No. Any problems we've had in the mountains near here lately have been kobolds trying to charge a toll, but I've heard that that's come to an abrupt stop some time ago.
That is good. Kobolds can be major troublemakers.
If you will, please.
Yes, we can discuss more later.
Yeah, so we're gonna just go over everything that happens for the next couple of days before you leave.
Okay.
Yeah, so you end up
I go to wherever they store the warmed alcohol and start drinking?
The kitchen. They recognize you.
At a sort of steady pace. It's not like I'm getting drunk, but I'm probably drinking a amount that would make other people drunk.
Oh, certainly. I mean, you got pretty high con to start with.
I also check if any of the troops that are training or doing guard duties have any injuries, and if so, I heal them.
Okay, just a moment here. Could assume never stop Porthos from drinking? No. I mean, could you? Could you?
You might have stopped me from drinking at a particular time, but that would have been by pointing out there's something we need to do. Porthos is a habitual drinker. He doesn't drink to drunkenness very often.
Yeah.
He just drinks semi-constantly.
I like to think that you're kind of like Julian from Trailer Park Boys. You've just always got a drink. Just in every scenario, and it's just there and no one notices after a while.
Yeah, but it's more like when they have a flask, except this would be the equivalent of water skin.
Yeah.
I also literally can create liters of my own alcohol on a regular basis.
Yes, you love doing that, in fact.
It is one of the ways I show appreciation to people. Here, have some decent quality alcohol, which is harder to come by than one might think in these type of settings.
Oh, totally. And some of these small towns that donated your alcohol to, like, that's going to do them a while. Anyway, you spend a 10-day with your family. The subject of your accomplishments is never brought up again. You do learn that, in your absence, things have been less than perfect. A full quarter of the family militia has deserted in the last year, and your brother Athos has not been seen or heard from in half that time. His last correspondence indicated that he was busy working on a new business venture, however, so he may simply be overworked.
It doesn't seem like him to be out of contact for this long, though.
It does seem like a lot. And
do we know where he was working on his business venture?
The last place he was working was Evening Star.
Is Evening Star a major city?
Nah, it's not like a major city, but it's between, like, the High Horn and Arabelle, so it gets a lot of traffic.
Oh, yeah, I see it on the map. And
also between Weymouth and Arabelle.
Weird while I was passing through Even Star, right?
No, it's just as like dark and like generally gothic as usual.
Yeah. I'm going to assume that he's been busy and that that sometimes messages don't get through.
That's another good point, especially if somebody's like shaking up messengers or shaking down messengers.
Bandits.
Bandits, there have been a big rise in bandits. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
But you've been fighting them. You killed some. You just like wiped one of them out and then made their second in command your captain.
Well, that was water bandits. They're slightly different.
Bandits.
They're bandits. Bandits are bandits, but it's a different type of thing.
Boat cowboys.
Well, no. Water bandits require more resources to exist.
Yeah.
And always require a base of operations, where the standard outlaw type bandit.
Yeah, they move around a lot.
Though levies that have deserted is probably the primary source of banditry. So.
Yeah, and like your own family lost a quarter of theirs.
Do we have any idea why?
Unfortunately, there's been no like discussion or hint of it happening. Just a number of people over the course of a few months just abandoning their posts and with no word.
These weren't ones that were traveling back from Westgate or something like that.
No, only a few of them were like patrols or people sent out to do a task that didn't return. Most of them simply left watch.
So they're disappearing and are assumed to be deserting.
Yeah, it's the fairest assumption. There's no sign of any kind of violence or.
Yeah, so in some cases it might have been something else, like a patrol going missing, but in most cases it's what we would assume is desertion.
That's right.
Which is weird because levies in particular are not standing forces. And they would in theory give up their land if they deserted.
Well, none of the family militia are actually like landowners. They're kind of retainers would be a good word for it.
Okay. Retainers provided by the landowners.
Yeah.
Because so and so is responsible for providing so many troops. Here's the money.
Yeah.
I'm hiring these people to be my troop contribution.
Yeah, that's most of it. Some of them are mercenaries that your family's hired on to bolster the ranks. Others are like friendly noble or merchant houses whose kids need military experience.
Some of those are deserting?
No, none of them have deserted. Amazingly, not one.
Well, if it's actual desertion, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because also they could just say, I need to deal with business at home and go home.
That's also very true. They don't really have a reason to.
Though it's a case where they might not be able to leave immediately without it being considered desertion, but...
Yeah, but these are all small little details. What really matters is that there has been a desertion problem. Your brother seems to be AWOL for the moment. And
that was my elder brother, right?
Yeah, your oldest brother.
My younger brother's still around, right?
Yep, your younger brother is currently in school.
Okay.
Yep, he's studying magic.
Oh.
Fingers crossed on that war wizardry.
So they have discovered that he has at least some aptitude for wizardry?
From what you remember, he's a bright kid, so it's not surprising that he'd be able to memorize some spells, but he's still in the early stages of his, wizard education, so who knows how good he's going to be.
Yeah, well, whether or not he'll be able to become a skilled wizard, he has at least the bare minimum that if he works at it, he can at least learn the basics.
Yeah, he should be competent. There's no reason he won't make it to be a level 5 wizard at some day. But yeah, the only other thing I want to bring up is as Porthos would definitely remember that some of the bandits and other things he's run into early in his travels were wearing royal house crests.
Noble house crests.
Noble house crests, yeah, noble house crests.
Or the type of thing where it looked like they were in levy equipment.
Yeah.
Whether or not they were deserters or hidden forces from the noble houses.
Yeah, whether they were deserters or had killed deserters and taken their skin.
Well, they could have also been levies posing as deserters, right? To give plausible deniability to the houses. I do know that is a thing that could happen, and the how organized they were, that was my suspicion. Though there was not enough evidence to declare either way, and it definitely plausible deniability.
Right. Well, I just wanted to mention that Porthos would draw a connection between large desertion and fighting what looked like levies.
Yeah, someone may be poaching levies.
Oh, that would be a pain in the ass. That would imply some fucking mutiny.
I mean, poaching as in headhunting, like recruiting, rather than poaching as in hunting illegally.
I meant like amassing an army so as to do a thing.
Yes. That is the type of thing that noble houses do when they're gonna start a civil war, though.
Oh, yeah. So that's worrisome.
And the fact that the royal house wanted to avoid large-scale conflict is mild evidence towards that, though they also just may have had that type of inclination.
Mm-hmm. So, after a 10-day, you head out with 4 regular-ass foot soldiers.
And some wagons of trade goods, I assume?
It's one wagon, medium-sized. It's got some textiles and some gifts in it. It's being pulled by 2 mules, and, like I said, escorted by you and 4 guardsmen.
Reminds me of the time that I pulled a wagon.
Reminds me of the time I was 2 mules.
No, I was just 1 mule. Though I was stronger than the mule.
Right.
Would have been.
That's going to be a few days on the road. Most of that time going to be going through Highhorn. That's like a whole 2 days because the path is shitty.
Well, probably sawbacks and all that stuff as well.
Right. It's relatively uneventful, but partway through the second day, you have... well, make a perception check.
Can I take 10?
No.
Oh, I did better anyway.
You did better. You hear a few rocks, like, falling down from up above you. Sounds like something's moving around and disturbing the cliffside.
Everyone, check for ambush.
The mules pull to a stop. Are you going to get out of the carriage and have a look?
Yes.
So you step out of the carriage, and I'm just going to use the same perception since you know where the sound is coming from. You see not especially well-hidden kobolds. Just like standing up on the cliffside, very obviously about to stage an ambush.
Ah, I see. How high up are they?
Maybe 80 feet.
Oh, so they'd have to like jump down to ambush, or they're shooting from up there?
They could shoot you from up there, or they could hop down. Like, it's
Oh,
very
it's not
rocky.
like a cliff, it's
yeah, it's
just,
not a sheer cliff. It's like a big old rocky incline. Like, it would be hard to climb, but not all that hard to hop down.
It's the... You would need a climb check, but it's very easy to climb type level.
The way I was looking at it is it would require a climb check to go up, but you could just go down at your movement speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're just hopping from, like, patch of rocks to patch of rock.
Okay. I yell to the guards, cover my flanks, and I cast prayer.
Alright. Your prayer is enough to affect all of the kobolds.
It shouldn't affect any, they're 80 feet away.
Oh no, you're right, they are too high. I was thinking in 2 dimensions. Yeah, so your prayer benefits all of your allies. Let's get an initiative roll. Yeah. Casting magic was...
And most importantly, it affects me. I rolled well.
You sure did. Yeah, casting magic was more than enough for them to go like, okay, they know what's up. Let me pull up those kobolds. Kobolds. One, two, three, four. Yeah. Alright, let's get rid of Magnus and Londis here on the turn order. So, our rolls... Oh, no one can see the rolls. That's weird. Let me fix that. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that the dice thing wasn't working. Okay, now it's just not capturing Chrome anymore.
Yeah, I don't see the place where it's supposed to be projecting on the screen.
No, it's not. I just noticed. I'm sorry about that. Let me... Huh.
Kobolds are less like preschoolers and more like really hyper middle school kids.
They're actually, like, rigidly militant.
Yeah,
Like, they're
but
excellent
we're
swarm
talking in terms of
fighters.
fighting ability.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Kobolds are, like, shockingly strong children. They're about on par with goblins.
Kobolds are like child soldiers,
Yeah.
equipped with medieval weapons.
So I'm trying to fix my dice rolls not showing up problem. This is weird. Alright, none of the changes I make seem to matter. We love technical difficulties. Okay, so for some reason, OBS is no longer willing to capture Chrome. So I will read out the rules as they happen. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so the initiative rules we got were 11, 16, 21, 16, and 15.
So one beat me.
Yep.
What about the guards?
I'm going to do them in a second. I wanted to do each faction.
Yep, that makes sense.
Huh.
I'll be right back while you're trying to get this up.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we're just doing setup for the combat here. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That is a... Alright, now to do another round of initiatives. One... Oh no, they're +0. So that's just 1d20. We've got 12, 20, 14, and 5. So do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So Porthos will be going second after one of the Kobold Warriors who rolled a 21. Okay, so 21, 16, 16, 15.
16, 16, 15.
Yep. These are the kobolds. And 12.
I attacked the Kobold Wizard first.
Then the soldiers each got 20, 14, 5, and
You don't have any natural 20 roll for
Nope.
Initiative, right?
I do not. 2 of them tied at 20, so we need to roll those again. Okay.
Still 20, it's just which,
Yep,
it's which, right?
Exactly. It's which 20. And 5. Wait, no, not 20 plus, just 20 plus. 14 and 5. That's what they were. I know how to do numbers. Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
I'm on to you all. And then Porthos.
Stop arguing with invisible people.
No. Are you kidding? That's my job. You rolled also a 20... What was your total? 20...
21.
21, yeah. The 20 plus goes up here. 16, 16, 15, 12. 14 needs to go up 1. 5. Alright, perfect. So, the first one to act is a kobold. Unsurprisingly. Decides to open up by throwing a volley at you. So. There he is.
Maybe I should have started with Iron Skin. Oh well.
I mean, I'm sure you'll be fine, all things considered.
But I only have 26 AC right now.
Yeah, so shoot you with a short bow. Again, I think you'll be fine.
But the important thing is 26 is significantly less than 31.
It is, but they still only hit you on a 20 no matter which number it is.
Oh, okay.
But 21 bounces off your armor. Your turn.
So, can I see any significant difference among the kobolds?
Yeah. 4 of them are dressed like almost identically, and another one is, instead of wearing armor, wearing some kind of like cloth. It's not really a robe, but some sort of cloth garment.
And how difficult would it be to climb up to where they are?
Oh no, it's pretty easy. It's like a DC 10.
I can't take 10 though.
No, because you're pressured.
Yeah, so I'd actually have to roll a 10.
Ah, right, armor check.
Yeah, full plate is not that great of penalty, but it's still a -3.
Yeah.
So, throw a javelin at the one in a robe.
Throwing up is hard. It's double the range increments.
Yeah, but how close are they?
That one would be 60 feet. 40 feet up, 20 feet away.
Yeah, I failed horribly.
Yeah. That javelin just kind of...
I also rolled a 3, so...
Yes, you did. So you roll a 3, total of 9, the javelin just hits the dirt. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, one of the soldiers attempts to climb up and engage them. A 16 is enough. And they climb up, and well, it's 40 feet, their movement's 30. Yeah, they can double move to get to the top. The next soldier does the same, but scrambles and falls down instead. The next kobold, like, with his spear, attacks the one that made it to the top. Okay, how much was their attack
He's
roll?
just using a normal spear, right? Not a
Master,
long spear?
Masterworks long spear.
Oh.
1d20 plus 6. Does not hit. Deflected by the armor. Okay, so
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, so far so good. Yeah, we just got a whole clutch of kobolds here. Next one moves down. Can't charge because it's difficult terrain, but moves down 30 feet and tries to stick the one who failed to climb. Also exactly the same, 12, and also doesn't hit him.
Yay!
This fight could take a while. Oh no. Last one fires a volley. This one at a different soldier who hasn't acted yet. Ooh, flat-footed, that hits exactly.
No, it shouldn't. Boo.
Why not?
Because I don't want them to hit.
Oh wait, no, no, it's 15. 15 is flat-footed. They're wearing chainmail. My mistake. But no, that doesn't hit.
Oh, I just realized +1 to skill checks. I only need to roll a 9 to climb.
True. That is the last of the kobolds. The soldier that was just attacked fires his crossbow in retaliation. Misses.
He does have a +1, but I don't think it matters in this case.
Right, no, it doesn't in this case, but I'll keep that in mind. Alright, the kobold wearing cloth, primarily, does... Actually, let me double check on the spells this fucker has prepared. There they are. Yeah, cast a spell targeting the soldier that just shot the crossbow bolt. You can make a spellcraft check if you'd like to see what it is.
Sure. Hopefully I understand what this is. I'm not great at spellcraft, though.
Nah. You
It
have
is a
no
9.
idea. It's a 9, but you need 16.
That's high.
It's 15 plus spell level.
Oh, I thought it was 10 plus level.
No, not to identify.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think it's 10 plus if it's on your spell list.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, it
And,
is on your spell list, but that's still not enough.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a 4.
Yeah, you roll the 4. Failed the saving throw. The soldier immediately starts to panic. It looks like they're about to rout.
Okay.
Yep.
The +1 wasn't going to help there either.
No. Not even close. Alright, and then the last soldier.
Which one was it that got routed? The one that fired the crossbow?
That's right. The one with 14 initiative. So the last soldier just sort of moves around the carriage to stand next to you. And prepares to do something next turn. Back to the top. The first kobold continues to shoot at you.
The kobolds have better decks than me, I take it?
Yeah, they've all got.
More than 12.
Yes, they get +4 dex naturally.
Yeah. So most of them will have 14 plus.
Yep. Right, so +6. Kablam! Nope. Bonk off your armor. You're up.
I yell for people to focus their fire on the caster.
Okay.
And this one. No, not that one. Yes. Mighty Strength.
Oh, nice. So you use Mighty Strength for a +8.
Well, it's really a +6 because I have a belt, but
Okay, so you get an effective +6 bonus to strength.
it's
So,
why
yeah.
Bull Strength isn't worth casting on myself anymore.
Yeah, your muscles bulge even further, and you gain strong like bull.
I mean, I'm stronger than Bull, let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
It's Mighty Strength. This is...
I mean, a +8 strength, you're on par with like a stone giant, not stone giant, hill giant.
Yeah, I do know Hill Giant. I think Elephant is also +8.
Right.
This is basically Elephant Strength.
You've got a move action if you care to.
I move up next to the guy who failed to climb.
Okay. There's a kobold 10 feet away from you. Wah! Wah! With his spear.
Yep.
Okay. Back to the guy at the top. Heeding your order, he goes charging at the wizard, taking an attack of opportunity.
I didn't mean to be idiots.
They're first level warriors. They're not all that experienced. Ouch.
I was mostly talking about the people with crossbows as well, but...
Yeah. He only takes 4 damage, thankfully.
He's a first level warrior that's
like
almost half his health.
Yeah. It's a little under half his health. So it's a nasty hit, but he's able to continue. And then he does attack the wizard. $18 hits.
Yeah.
That's with this long sword, 1d8 plus 1. 3 damage.
These guys are relatively well equipped for militia.
Yeah.
Normally you give them spears.
No, they all have long swords, daggers, and light shields.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't use a sword without shields in infantry.
Just checking on the wizard's HP. Okay, so the 3 was not nothing.
No. And the one, in fact 3 more than nothing.
The one that's next to you right now shows a little more sense. It sort of takes a 5-foot step out of range of the kobold that was attacking him. And then draws his short bow, and that's...
Oh, he has a short bow rather than a crossbow?
Oh no, a crossbow, sorry. It was a crossbow.
I mean, warriors are proficient with short bows, so...
They are. I'm just dumb. Now your family... But crossbows are just, like, easier to manufacture and maintain.
Well, they're much easier to train on.
2 + 2. 21 hits. 1d8. 5 damage from a crossbow bolt. That wizard is in a bad way. That is some unfortunate whiz-biz. Alright. So, the kobold that's directly in front of you doesn't pursue the other one, but instead lunges at you.
Yep, sure.
So, natural one. Not only do they fail to hit you, but the tip of his spear gets, like, jammed under a rock, and it takes them a second to, like, get it back out.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the other kobolds that's fighting at ranged turns their attention to the one trying to move away from melee and takes a shot at them.
They decided not to shoot at the caster in full plate? Disappointment.
15 is not enough to hit. So, Kobold 2, Kobold 3 moves to defend the wizard. And attacks the first soldier. Misses entirely. Has to pick his spear back up off the ground. They're clumsy.
It's the fear.
Kobold...
clearly just that impressive.
Clearly. Kobold 4 moves 30 feet down and attacks that guy trying to get away.
You mean the guy who's disengaging?
Yeah, but he misses. Alright.
Did he go within my attack range then?
No, he has 10-foot reach.
Yeah, no, I mean, so he didn't provoke, but is he within the reach of my weapons?
What's your current weapon's reach?
I have an axe.
Yeah, so he's not within 5 feet of you now.
Okay.
Soldier 3 is terrified and moves 120 feet away. The Kobold Wizard is being attacked, not too happy about it. Takes a step back. And casts another spell. You can make a spellcraft check if you'd like.
Sure. I might get lucky.
15, 16, yes. That's enough. The spell is Command.
Who was it targeting?
The soldier that was attacking him. He took a 5-foot step back and just gave him a command. Do you speak Draconic?
I don't believe so, but I'll double check. No.
Okay. Soldier makes a 10 will save, and just like
There's a penalty to the check if the guy that he's given the command to is in a language that he doesn't understand.
Right. I need to look that up. Command.
That's the reason you normally give the command out in common, unless you can speak their racial language.
That's actually not
Wait.
in this. That's not in the spell's description at all.
Really?
Yep. I think it's because it's mind. I think it's mind affecting.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
compulsion.
it's the what you say isn't actually important.
No, it's the intention. So yeah, he gingerly lays down on the ground.
So this is the guy at the top. This was the guy who was falling back.
No, this is the guy that was at the top and ran up to attack the wizard and hit him for 3.
He does have a +1 to his saves from
Yep.
prayer.
Worked out to a +0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. First level warrior with 9 wisdom.
Yep.
Now, bad times. So he's laying down. Soldier 4 is just behind you at this point. And he moves up to attack.
Well, he was using crossbow, I believe.
Right, yes, he did have his crossbow. Then, he doesn't move. He just shoots the kobold that's trying to fight his buddy.
I think he was the one that was standing right next to me.
He was standing right next to you, but you moved up.
Oh, no, before I moved. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
The chaos of battle. That's too high of a number. It wasn't 6, it was 3. And...
I mean, it's 4.
Yeah, 4. So 6 to 15. That's a hit.
Yep.
So he does 1d8. 7 damage. That might do it. How many hit points does he have? Quite a lot more than I thought. Never mind.
He is not a first level wizard.
That's not a wizard. This is an attack on the warrior.
Oh.
Yeah, Kobold Elites are CR1. They're Kobold Warrior 4.
Okay. I told them to focus on the caster.
Mm-hmm. This one is not doing that.
I can easily take out all the others.
Oh, yes, you could. Absolutely. You could probably just solo this. It would just be a pain in the ass. So, Kobold 1 again. Now against a prone opponent. Stab.
Hopefully he rolls out of the way.
And that's with a bonus or penalty. Well, that hits no matter how you look at it.
That hits before modifiers.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird that we have zithers playing in the background right now.
Don't worry about it. Deals 3 damage to him. So he is not quite finished, but he's in a very bad way.
He's also laying down on the ground, which makes it very awkward for me to target him with a ray, which is the only way I can heal at a distance.
Yeah, heal him at a -4, nerd.
Well, I mean, if I have a line of sight, because he's not going to try and dodge,
No.
I don't have to make the roll, but I'm not sure if I have a line of sight to someone lying down on top of a hill from the base of the hill.
I would argue that he has partial cover, and because he's prone, you would still take a -4 on the roll.
That I can auto-succeed if he doesn't try to avoid it?
Well, no, the auto-succeed is like the square.
Well, no, that's actually how the ray of healing works, though.
Oh, I know that, but because you're not guaranteed to succeed in this particular case, you'd have to roll against the square.
Yeah.
At a -6
Which is why I'm more likely to bash my way up.
Yes. If you've got like a good offensive spell or a way to crowd control, this would be the time to do it.
My first area of effect spell comes at next level.
Okay.
You need level 5 spells before clerics can do area attacks.
No, I think they do have a couple, but they're not damage spells.
No, area attack.
Yeah.
I mean, and you get, I think, 4 or 5 at 5th level. If I'd prepared Airwalk, that's what I would have cast instead.
Yeah.
But
all right. So what are you gonna do?
I'm going to move forward to engage the ones in front of me.
All right. Gonna need a climb check. Yes, they have an unfair advantage. They meant to do that.
Aha! I got a 10.
You got a 10. You're able to move up and engage them. You no longer have to make a climb to stay there. So... Ho 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 ho.
Too bad I don't get the second attack in this case.
Sure you do. You only had to move 5 feet forward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought the climb would actually mean that it's a move.
Nah. Not in this case.
Action. Okay.
But it doesn't matter. The first one's gonna... Oh, no, I guess 9 isn't enough to kill it.
The second damage is 16 because
yeah,
Bane activates.
It does.
And then there's another 2d6 of damage if it's not dead.
It's not dead. So 9 plus 14... 23 plus 6.
Another 6.
Now it's bleeding to death.
Also, a total of 4 bleed damage.
Yep. Very much so.
And now my axe is thirsty.
Yes, now your axe really wants to eat some kobold. So, next up is Soldier 2. Takes a step forward just like you did, following your lead.
Wait, isn't Soldier 2 using a crossbow?
No. Right, yeah, he did have a crossbow. So as part of his move action, he'll drop the crossbow and pull out his dagger.
Not his sword?
He dropped it to pull out the crossbow.
Oh. He should just stick with the crossbow then.
No, he's got to be brave. But he hits and threatens a critical.
Okay.
Does not confirm.
He does have +1 damage right now.
He sure does.
Oh yeah, I have 2 more damage. No, yeah, I don't have that in my thing.
He deals
it's really awkward to change that.
He deals 3 damage with his dagger. These fucking maroons.
Apparently, I need to give them some very basic training on how to fight.
Yeah, no, most first level characters are not good at it.
Well, I mean, most first level warriors became a warrior through basic training, at least.
Yeah, they haven't really seen a lot of combat, but they've been trained by your family. By your older brother, basically. Okay, so then the next soldier... Oh, I got those backwards. That's what the next soldier did. Soldier 2 is prone.
Can he get up now?
I mean, he can, but he takes an attack of opportunity.
If he does it as a full round action?
Oh, no, you're right. You can do that. So
the question is, does he?
He does. Defensively, he's almost dead. Defensively, gets to his feet, and then he takes a 5-foot step back to get within range of the wizard and out of attack range of the other kobold.
Mostly because it annoys the wizard.
Well, it's in case the wizard tries to cast a spell, at least he'll be able to get a shot in. Is his thinking. Okay, Kobold 2. Now feeling very pressed because you're up in its grill.
So Kobold 2 is not the one I hit?
Oh no, Kobold 2's dead as shit. You were super right.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it was Kobold 2 or Kobold 3 that I hit.
No, it was 2. 2 turned into mist.
No. It's a blood puddle, come on.
3 takes a shot at not you, because that hasn't worked out twice in a row. At the one that has a crossbow from behind you. That's a hit. Three damage.
That's not good.
Nope, that's an arrow in the shoulder. Kobold 4.
At least he's not prone.
No. Kobold 4 is now pressed by the dagger-wielding soldier. Taking a step back is a bad idea, because that would potentially make them fall. So instead, takes the opposite approach and just like moves through the guy's square, taking attack of opportunity, trying to get to the ground. Does not hit. But that kobold stops.
Plus one's not going to help there.
No. Kobold stops 10 feet behind him. Soldier 3 is like out of sight now. Just keeps running. The wizard is backed up against a hunk of rock and can't step out of combat like any further.
That's good.
Well, less so for them.
I assume he pulls out a dagger of some sort or casts defensively.
Yep, casting a spell defensively. It's caster level plus con, right?
Yep.
That's a failure. So Bert just wastes a spell.
Didn't matter what the bonus is. He wasn't going to succeed on one.
Yeah, that was not going to happen. Alright, so that guy's in a lot of trouble. Soldier 4 fires his crossbow at the one that just hit him with an arrow. Nope. Back to the top. Kobold 1 moves up and attacks the soldier man. Oh no. That's a 26 with a natural 20, but does not confirm. He does, however, stick him good and leave him bleeding on the ground. 5 damage.
Can I get to the side of the incapacitated soldier?
Probably not in one round, but you should be able to get there before he bleeds to death.
Okay, so he's not within one movement of me.
No.
Are any of the kobolds on top of the hill?
3 of them. Oh, no, 2
No,
of them.
no, within one movement of me.
Oh. No. The closest one to you is directly in front of you. No, wait, that one's dead. The closest one to you is back down diagonally, like, 20 feet.
Yeah, I'm not climbing down the hill now.
Yeah. It's another 35 feet to the top.
Okay, so I can't even make it to the top this round.
No, you
unless
can climb.
double move.
You can climb as your. Yeah, you need to double move. You can climb at your full speed because it's not that bad of an incline.
Okay.
You just have to make the check.
I thought I already made the check.
For that round, you have to make it every round that you try to move up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to move up at least the first time.
Yeah.
If I don't make any progress, it might change things.
Yeah. Well, if you make the climb check, you can move up. You can move all the way up. You can use all of your movement. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'll climb 20 feet and then.
Yep, that was enough. Yeah, you can get all the way to the top now.
Well, no, I mean, I think I still need to cast. Use my ability. Am I close enough to the top of the hill that I can target the down guy with a ray?
Same penalty as before.
So I'd need to. What would I need to do with? He's not moving, right?
No, he's lying on the ground, bleeding to death. You're just attacking a DC 5, which is the square.
So I need 9 on my ranged touch attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't roll a natural 1.
25. So yeah, sure enough, your healing ray is accurate, and your
so I can do my
light
channel energy in a ray. I have a feat for that.
Yeah, channel ray. And it heals him 46, totaling...
It doesn't show up there for some reason, unlike the other ones. Just a second. There we are.
Excellent. So 8 HP. So any point of magical healing brings you up to 1. So he's up to 8. You hear him groan loudly as his consciousness returns.
8 is mostly healed for him.
Yeah. But he's still like... Last thing he remembered was getting stabbed and falling down to bleed to death. And then, like, within the next 6 seconds, he's awake again and he's healed up, but he's still like, jeez, oh, I'm okay.
The pain. Oh, what happened to the pain?
Yeah. Like, the pain's gonna take a little longer than the wounds to go away. It's psychological.
Well, he still has pain because he still has wounds, but...
Yeah, but it's not as bad as, like, stuck all bad. Anyway, he'll live. That was your turn.
Yeah.
His turn. Eep. Move action to stand up, provoking an attack of opportunity. Uh-oh.
Well, at least that doesn't threaten.
Yeah. It only gets him for 2 damage.
See, I told you we'd eat up the entire session on random encounters.
We're only been at this an hour 20 minutes. We're making great time.
Nearly an hour of it is this.
Yeah. I needed to pad it out somehow. And then he just attacks that kobold. Like, stands up, moves 5 feet forward, and get longsworded.
Wasn't he attacking the wizard?
He was, but he has given up on that.
I am annoyed now.
Okay, that's a Dancer 20 for a 22. And a confirm. So he does 2d8.
I could definitely take out this guy without his help.
And he cuts him for 9. That's a good-ass beating.
Yeah.
Alright, Soldier 1. Doesn't follow the one that went between his legs, and instead just goes up. Makes a climb check.
And he provokes an attack of opportunity.
Nope, the guy's 10 feet away. Or like, 50, I guess 15 feet away, because there's like, he wanted to leave it so he could walk through his... To get to him, he'd have to go through his threatened range.
No.
Yeah. I didn't explain that very clearly.
Well, no, it's a long spear, so he threatens that square even if you're moving away from him. Was the way I figured it.
But like, if that was just but no, he's 15 feet away, not 10. That's how it was supposed to be. 11 is enough to make it. So he gets to the top.
12.
A 12 even. So he gets to the top, and then uses the rest of his movement to flank the kobold that's fighting his buddy. Kobold 3 is obviously disappointed his bait didn't work. So he turns and attacks you. Or no, you're at the top. He turns and attacks the other guy.
No, I'm halfway up the hill, but...
Attacking crossbowman.
Yep.
Yikes, 24 hits. For 2 damage. That's 5 he's taken so far. Kobold 4 shoots you with the crossbow because you're getting way too close.
You mean misses me with the crossbow, right?
Misses you with the crossbow. Just donk off of, like, your arm. Okay, Soldier 3 is just... You have no idea where the hell he got to.
He probably started coming back now, but...
it's 3 rounds. So yeah, next round he'll start coming back.
I thought there was a distance as well they had to reach.
There might be. I didn't bother to look into it. He's basically just removed from combat for all intents and purposes. But yeah, the Kobold Wizard seems to see an opportunity where he's not being actively attacked to just run. So he's trying to get away.
Don't think he provokes any attacks of opportunity.
Nope, that's why I took the opportunity. Just fuck this shit.
I'm very bad at chasing people.
Soldier 4. Takes a 5-foot step back and point blanks that crossbow at the kobold. And misses.
15 feet isn't really point blank.
No. Yeah, you're right. 15 feet is like exactly the verge of point blank. Point blank shot.
No.
Back to Kobold 1, who's in a lot of trouble. He attacks the guy that's trying to flank him from the other side. He hits. 3 damage. Porthos, you're up.
Okay.
You're only about 20 to the top, right?
15 to the top.
Yeah, 15 to the top, and then you're 10 feet away from a kobold with a short bow.
Not a crossbow?
No, the kobolds are using short bows.
Okay. Well, make my climb check.
Hey, 22. Yep. Perfect.
So I make it to the top of the hill?
Yep.
Since I can't quite get to axe range with the
remaining movement
with any of the kobolds, I drop my shield and throw or more accurately, I pass my axe to my shield hand and throw a javelin from my pack.
Sure.
And I'm throwing that at the fleeing wizard.
That's a long shot.
How far did he run? Because he can only move in a straight line if he's running.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he
I
moved.
assume that he double moved
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of
he
the
moved.
train.
Yeah, he moved 60 feet. He was already 40
About
feet.
30,
Yeah, 40 feet from you.
Okay, so it's
So,
100, which is
100.
3 range increments.
Yeah, that's doable.
I mean, I have a much better bonus in melee combat, but...
Yep, that hits.
21 hit?
Oh, yeah. For
I mean, I don't
9
have the
damage,
ability to draw multiple javelins, so I
but
can't use that second
it doesn't
attack,
matter.
even if I was full rounding.
The javelin sinks into like the top of its shoulder, and it just falls to the ground, pinned there by the javelin.
Yay.
So that was pretty sweet.
Max is annoyed that I didn't use it, though.
That's just real hungry. But left-handed this time. Soldier 2 now teams up on the remaining... the kobold that has been trying to kill him. Very happy to have a flanking bonus. Hits, threatens critical with a 19, total 23. Does not confirm.
I assume 12 doesn't? Oh no, you
No.
you actually put in the bonus to make it the +4.
No, it should be +5 with the bonus. The +4 comes from flanking.
Flanking. Okay.
Yeah. Do they get a bonus to damage?
Yes.
Okay. Still only 3. But it's adding up. Soldier 1 is helping him out now. $15 hits. Or 3. Boy, that's a lot of ones I've been rolling today.
Particularly for damage.
Lots of just grazing hits. But it has added up. This kobold's only at 6 HP now.
I mean, 3 damage is more than just a graze, but... It's but a flesh wound.
Yeah, well, it's like 1 is the graze. It's because it's the least you could have done with that weapon.
Yeah. It's the least effective solid hit type of idea.
Kobold 3. Shoot 2 with short bow at close range.
We hit Bop, roll minimum damage, and when power attacking with an axe, like, you hit very badly, but it doesn't matter because you're hitting that hard. It just dies.
Yep. Right, so 22, real good shot, bounces right off of the armor at your neck. Just like bonk. They're so out of their league, it's insane.
Actually, I think that one is deflection bonus at that point.
Yep. Kobold 4 is doing... What was Kobold 4 up to? Right, attacking. Yeah, he's on the ground. 6, attacking crossbowman. 20 hits. Or 3. Crossbowman is at 1. Kobold Wizard is finished. So then it's Soldier 3's turn. He's probably turned back. See if he shows up. Soldier 4, or Crossbowman as I'm now calling him, continues his strategy of step back and shoot.
Step back, reload, shoot. Step back, reload, shoot.
Yep. 11 does not hit.
What about a 12?
12 does not hit.
The number of times it makes a difference is surprising, but...
Yeah, totally. If they were like 1 level higher, like the warriors, they would be hitting way more often. Back
More
to
than
the
5%
top.
more often?
Potentially.
Because +1 is 5%.
Yeah. Okay, so Kobold 1 is in just a lot of trouble. Can't attack with his long spear because he's totally flanked. So attempts to flee, drawing 2 attacks of opportunity.
There's none of them are flanked now because there's the one between the crossbowman and a soldier.
No, the guy that was originally using his crossbow dropped it to pull out his longsword. Like as a part of his big movement to get into flanking position.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's only crossbowmen at the bottom, and then the other guy climbed up. Yeah, sorry.
Climbed up and they're like flanking, like right up in the grill of this one kobold who has a long spear and can't use it this close up. So he's just going fuck it and trying to get out of here.
I mean, he could probably use it like a club, but
yeah, improvised weapons aren't all that useful. So yeah, he's trying to like move and like go down the cliff in a way.
I mean, I'd argue if you are trained with a staff, you could hit with the shaft of a long spear, but yeah, it would be awkward.
So they get attacks of opportunity. That's a hit. That is not. This is probably going to kill him. He's only at 6.
Well, only one hit, so
Hits him for 8 damage and leaves him bleeding on the ground. Sort of falls down onto the incline and slides down like 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, falling down the incline is probably what finished him off, honestly.
Just trail of blood.
Incapacitated and then rolls downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good thing.
Anyway, you're up.
Okay, I believe that there is the kobold using the bow left at the top.
Yep, he's like 10 feet from you.
Well, that's a distance my axe appreciates, so I move forward and hit him once with the Bloodseeker. Unfortunately, it's the second attack that threatens critical.
No, you can get 2. He was only 10 feet away.
10 feet is not a 5-foot step.
Yes, it is. 5 feet away would mean adjacent square.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, you obliterate this guy.
Do I confirm the crit?
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, so 32 to hit on the first one for 15 damage. 33 to hit, confirmed critical with a 16 for 43 damage.
+6 bleed, but that won't be relevant because
he doesn't have a corpse anymore. He's
bleeding
nothing.
All he can already.
Yeah, no, his blood has just become one with the ground.
A lot for a low-level character.
Yeah, no,
it's a lot for me.
Absolutely obliterated. So that one is dead as shit.
I could survive that blow, but only if I was at full health.
Alright, back to Soldier 1, who moves down to go and finish off the last one. Soldier 2, rather. Soldier 1 does the same thing. The last remaining kobold doesn't realize that he's the last remaining kobold, and just continues his plan.
He stabs guy with crossbow.
Yeah, moves forward and attacks. And misses. That's with a 13. Soldier 3, you can hear him like shouting, so he's coming back. Alright, Spencer, thanks for being here. I'll catch you again, if not tomorrow, definitely on Monday.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I might say hi. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
People talk to me. Yeah, then Soldier 4, realizing that he's fine now, drops his crossbow, takes out his shield, and total defense action.
Makes sense.
Yep. So, 5-foot step back, drop crossbow, take out shield, hide behind shield. Well, it's a small shield, so you hold it out a little further. Gotta... The arc, the dome, whatever you call it. Back to the top. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, back to the top. Your turn.
Okay. So, how far am I away from the last kobold?
35 feet as the crow flies. By the hypotenuse, 35 feet. If you decide to run it, 70.
Can I attempt a charging jump?
Yes! Yes, you can.
I fully expect to take fall damage, but I'm hoping that I'll also hit him.
Well, to move 35... If to jump 35 feet, you'll need to roll 35.
Well, I mean, I can run and then jump. But
I get you a +4 bonus.
I also might not need to get 35 feet. With the running, is what I was saying, but that's acrobatics, if I remember correctly.
Is that acrobatics?
The jump is not strength anymore.
No, it's dex. That is acrobatics. If nothing else, you'll cut down the distance dramatically.
Yeah, well, I figure I have to jump like 25 feet because about 10 of it's the top of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can't make 25.
You jump about 7 feet. Well, you get +4.
Well, 8, but yeah.
You get a +4 for the running start. 8, 9, 10,
Oh, yeah,
11,
and
12.
I have +1 from prayer.
Yeah.
Still, 12 is way short of 25.
It is way short of 25. You land about 10 feet from the bottom of the hill. Can I get a reflex save?
I do have a
21.
+1 on this. Oh, 22.
You manage to keep your feet under you as you skid to the bottom, closing the last 10 feet.
Do I take any fall damage?
No.
Oh, that's lucky. I guess that was the reflex save.
Yep, that was all. If you failed the reflex save, you fall, you take the falling damage, and you tumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be bad.
I mean, it wasn't a good idea, but...
No, but you, as far as anyone watching was concerned, it was really cool, and you did it.
Also, he has a mild case of bloodlust.
It's a little bit of like a suggestion of bloodlust, you know? Okay, then the soldiers, first one
He's
charges.
also not taking this last kobold seriously.
Blade, like, my opinion is you don't owe a business shit. Like, I understand why you want to, like, not burn that bridge so that you can go back there if you need to, and if that's something that's important to you, finish up your shift. But if you do not care and you just need to get out of there, who gives a hell? Who gives a damn?
The other question is, do you feel bad about leaving your coworkers in a bind?
That's management's problem, not hers.
Yeah, but they'll make it her coworkers' problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem caused by management, but they're the ones that'll have to deal with it.
Plus... Yeah, that's from the charge. 23 hits. Six damage. other one does the same. That's another hit with a 22.
Well, make sure to take care of yourself if the job's being crappy.
Yeah, ultimately you gotta look after yourself. Alright, so not dead, but badly hurt.
Did you include the +1 from prayer on both those attack damage?
I did.
Damage rolls.
I did. They inherently only have +1 strength.
Yep, I figured you did, but if he had a 2 health left and I didn't mention it.
Oh yes. No, he's got 8 left. So on his turn, he's completely overwhelmed. Takes a step back and attacks the one that's now defending, because that's the only thing he can really think to do. And ooh,
I suspect that hits.
it might. Yep,
I mean, full
that hits
full
anyway.
defense is what, a +4?
It's +2. Wait, no, that is +4. If that's the case,
Bring him to 19 AC.
Well, he took out his shield.
I thought they had 15 with their shield.
Oh no, it's 15 without shield. 17 with shield.
So 21.
Yep, no, doesn't hit. That's what I was trying to remember if that would. Yeah, trying to figure if that would work. So that was lucky. Your turn.
Well, I slowly stride my way over, but slowly, I mean at normal combat speed, of course, with dramatic flourish, and then use the thirsty axe.
Good old blood
I'm
seeker.
pretty sure 22 is enough to finish.
Holy shit! Yes, you split its head open, and it falls to the ground, bleeding everywhere. Dun, 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 dun. You defeated the kobold ambush. Not really a threat to you, but the poor saps that were kind of just holding you back.
Thing.
Yep.
I got the thing.
The soldiers all approach you and giving you pats on the back and praising you. They're all so impressed with your martial prowess.
Okay, I need you guys to gather around me. I'll also check that the kobolds are either dead or restrained.
Mm-hmm. 3 of them go about doing that, while the one that you healed stays for a moment to thank you for saving him. He was pretty done for.
Yeah, we have another one that badly needs healing, but yeah, I should be able to heal them all up at once, and I just want to make sure that I'm not bringing back up kobolds while we do that.
Well, the other 3 are going around and just like sticking the corpses to make sure.
I wasn't saying to kill them if they weren't dead. I said if either dead or restrained.
They chose dead.
Fine. I'm sure I don't notice in time to stop them.
No, it's just like, make sure they're either dead or restrained. They're like, got it. Stab. Like, wait, no, you could. Okay.
I guess they're not very good at checking if things are alive anyway.
No. One of them, the one that's badly injured, actually, comes back carrying the kobold wizard. Carrying a javelin with the kobold wizard stuck on it. And throws it down. I
figured he was dragging a kobold wizard with a javelin sticking out, but...
Nice, just hold it by the javelin. Throws it down at your feet. Well, probably some kind of, like, magic thing on it, right?
Yeah, there's a good chance. I mean, less so with kobolds, but it's worth checking after I heal you guys. So, gather round.
Take another round.
And I use my channel energy. This time not as a ray, so it heals everyone.
Yay! Hey,
For 11.
They all heal back to full health.
Okay. You guys all good? No wounds or anything?
No, they you can see some like holes in like their armor and stuff, but the wound is all healed now. They all look incredibly like just stunned.
I am a cleric of Glandigan. He gives me the ability to heal people.
Well, the one that you saved initially speaks up. Yeah, I understand that. It's not like this is the first time any of us seen a priest. It's just, I don't know. You seem really powerful. Like you didn't need us.
Yeah, I actually don't. You guys are a little bit weaker than I anticipated for this as well. You seem like you're fairly new recruits, are you?
Yeah, I think all of us came in the same class, replacing some deserters.
Okay. So, we should go over some basic tactical stuff. But since I have much more experience plus the blessings of, a god, if we come into another fight along the way, um, just make sure I'm not surrounded, and as long as that doesn't happen, focus on using your crossbows, particularly on uh, less well-armored targets or ones that cast spells.
Yeah, okay. I think we can handle that.
Also, keep pressure on casters when you can. Uh, just the fact that they have to keep an eye out for you sometimes causes their magic to fail.
Yeah, I caught on to that. The kobold didn't do a magic. It looked like it was trying to, but didn't. And I figured that if I just kept staying close to it, it would have trouble.
It can either leave itself open and you take those chances whenever you can, or try to split its focus, and apparently it failed when it was doing that.
Oh, good to know. But yeah, anything you say, you obviously know what you're doing.
When you're watching my flanks, sword and shield, but otherwise, crossbow. Also, dropping a crossbow to go into melee combat is rarely a good idea if you've already dropped your long sword. Sometimes you'll be forced into melee combat when you just have your crossbow, and then it makes sense to switch to your dagger. But
yeah, no, dropping
choosing
the
to
sword
switch
was a
from
bad idea.
crossbow to a dagger and then close with people, not normally a good idea.
Yeah, dropping the sword was probably a bad idea. That's on me.
Sometimes dropping the sword is the right call, but
Getting mixed messages here, sir.
using crossbow, good. Using sword, good. Sometimes it's okay to drop one to use the other, but when you do, you're kind of stuck in that mode.
Okay, so don't drop it to use dagger.
Yeah, you shouldn't drop either of those to use daggers unless you're really forced to.
Understood. So, the rest of the trip, taking a few more days, is completely uneventful.
I am going to detect magic on the stuff.
Yep.
Was there anything that was magical or even masterwork? Great.
Yeah. Well, all of the Kobold elites had masterworks, long spears, and masterwork. Where is it? What was their armor? Masterwork studded leather.
Okay. So we might as well load that into the cart then.
Yeah. The Kobold wizard wasn't wearing a robe, but it did look like a cloth thing of some sort. That's a Cloak of Resistance +1 that they just wrap themselves up in.
Okay.
Yeah, like a human-sized Cloak of Resistance.
And that was it in terms of things that are actually worth noting?
2 scrolls. Burning Hands, Divine.
Divine Burning Hands? Oh, it's probably made by someone with a domain of fire or something like that.
Now, the Wizard was a 3rd level adept. Yeah, it
Well,
just says...
still, it's a divine scroll.
Yep, Divine Scroll of Burning Hands and a Divine Scroll of Mending.
Ooh, mending.
Everyone's favorite Horizon.
I don't know why anyone would go through the effort to make a scroll of that, but okay.
They didn't have to prepare it.
I mean, I could attempt to use the Scroll of Burning Hands anyway.
Yep, you
at
super
some
can.
point.
And it's caster level 3, so it's like halfway decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3d4 is not nothing, though it's hard for me to make that check because it's still not on my spell list.
Yep.
I mean, it's a divine spell, and I'm a divine caster, so I can make the check.
Yeah, it's a caster level check 16.
Which I have a pretty good boost
Yeah.
to as well.
I'd say you're more likely than not going to pull it off.
I think caster level checks also add the casting stat, so...
Yep. Caster level plus stat.
So I can fail is the way to put it.
Theoretically. But I don't think you can fail by enough to explode it.
No, I can't fail by 5.
Alright, so, like I said, the rest of the trip is relatively uneventful.
Okay.
After defeating the Kobold Squad. Kobold Squad.
You just keep thinking they're goblins, don't you?
My brain just is on goblins for some reason. I got goblin on the brain. Played a lot of Magic the Gathering lately, and I've been playing goblins, so maybe that's it.
Okay.
I mentioned that standard goblins are really fucking good right now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's probably partially because of Forgotten Realms.
It's 100% because of Forgotten Realms. There's cards... There are goblins in the Forgotten Realms set that are going to make it in Legacy.
Really?
Yeah. There's a 3-mana Lord that's a 2/3, and for red tap, deals damage to any target equal to the number of goblins that enter the battlefield this turn.
I could see that being in a combo deck.
Well, that's also
Goblins
just like...
normally isn't played in Legacy anymore. It just doesn't hold up.
No, it's tier 3. But the extra damage is free real estate. You don't even have to attack.
Oh no, it's definitely viable in Modern.
But yeah, back to this. Fade to black. So standing in the darkness, you're riding a familiar rickety elevator down into...
At least they didn't make me take the stairs.
No, they've got a big old elevator. Did I at least write this down?
Up? They're just ridiculous.
Did I write down the settlement's name? I did not. Let me check my documents.
Yeah.
I'm such a professional.
I mean, we're in the Dwarven City in the Far Hills.
Oh yeah, there it is. Barthenfjorn. Dwarves of Barthenfjorn are hard-working, community-oriented, and compassionate. Led by a king elected for life by democratic consensus, and a council of representatives elected by each clan's members. The Church of the Mordensamar also elects a representative to the council, and any clanless citizen may vote as a part of the church regardless of faith. That's what you know.
The Church of what?
The Mordensamar.
Oh, okay.
That's the Mordensamar is just the entire pantheon.
Yeah.
Like, they worship Moradin, but then all of Moradin's friends.
Moradin and his allies.
Yeah.
Basically.
All the dwarven deities that aren't evil.
Everyone who gets along with him.
Yeah. I also
At
have,
least someone.
their exports and shit, but that's not important.
I mean, it's important, but it isn't worth taking up time on stream.
No. So, the elevator touches down at the bottom of its shaft. In the distance, amid the stifling darkness, you see an occasional candle or torchlight used by dwarves to read texts or by surface-dwelling folk to navigate.
Yes. This was one of the few downsides of here. At least I learned this spell fairly quickly.
As quickly as your eyes notice the darkness, your nose is greeted by the oddly comforting smells of stone, wood, and steel, punctuated by the cool, stale air.
My helmet now glows.
Yeah. So you walk down the streets of Barthrenvane. There aren't a whole lot of dwarves out in the streets because it's the middle of the day and they're working. Any that you see that happen by you that you recognize, as expected, they don't really acknowledge you. They're busy.
Yeah, at least I am recognizable, and many of them would know who I am.
Yeah, they totally know you, and it's just like something that takes some getting used to when you come back here is that it's no ill will. That's not a part of dwarf culture. They don't stop and chit chat.
Not the most I would get is a wave type level.
Even
and
then,
most of them wouldn't bother with that.
Yeah, no, even then, that would be somebody on their break. But you head across to the far end of the main level.
I assume that I'm heading towards the temple?
Yeah. Thankfully, the temple is on the main level, and you don't need to go through the even danker lower levels, especially where the smelter is.
Yeah, the smelter's less dank and more... Ugh.
Yep, just awful sulfur smell that dwarves don't seem to even notice.
Well, I mean, you get nose blind to it over time. I did.
Alright, so the Temple of Mordensaman is quite a distance from the entrance. You pass by hundreds of busy dwarves and the occasional gnome. Some of them recognize you, but... some of them you recognize, but if any recognize you, it's not clear, since it's not customary to stop for pleasantries when you're working. You arrive at the temple, one of the sources of light, which is warm and lit with candles. When you step inside, you see the shrines of each of the dwarven gods lining the outside of the circular building, and two priests sitting engaged in a game of chess, while a half-dozen dwarves pray to their various deities.
Does my master happen to be one of the two dwarfs playing chess?
No, both are priests of Moradin.
Okay. I will move towards... Well, first I'll go to the shrine to Clandigan and say a quick prayer of thanks for the journey, safe arrival, and for his blessings in general.
Yep.
And then
you receive the effects of the bless spell for 1 hour.
Okay. Then I move to where the two members of the clergy are playing chess, and I wait for a good moment to ask them a question.
They're both sitting there in like one or of either various pensive, like, sitting positions, staring at the board. It's not even clear whose turn it is. After maybe 5 seconds of silence, without looking at you, one of them goes, "Aye, lad, it's good to see you. What can I do for you?"
I was wondering if you knew where my master currently is, and if he is particularly busy with anything.
Shieldfather Golddriver. Yeah, you should find him in the back.
Oh, not at the forge at this point, anyway?
No, I believe he's doing some kind of, like, I don't know, cleaning up, polishing, something in the back.
Clerical work?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, well...
You humans with your jokes.
I guess it doesn't translate the best.
That translates just fine, you're just not funny. Then they kind of laugh at each other. But oddly, they're still not looking away from the board.
Yeah.
Well, I
move
feel
away.
at home already.
Sip from my flask that is currently full of whiskey.
Yep. You head into the back. And, yes, your master, Cormyr Gold Driver, Priest of Clandigan, is in the adjacent room polishing some weapons.
I move near him and wait for a moment to determine if he's particularly busy with anything.
He doesn't really seem to notice you right away. He says, "Well, you gotta say something, you big oaf."
I was just waiting to be polite, but hello,
Oh!
it's nice to see you.
He cut you off, like, before you could even finish. "Porthos! Good to see you, brother!" He reaches out to shake your hand.
I shake his hand back, of course.
"Oh, damn, it's great to see you. I wasn't sure you were gonna make it this year."
It's been a busy year.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, we heard about what happened over in the Stonelands.
Oh, that one of the many incidents we dealt with.
Well, that's the one that's had some impact. And like I say, and he sort of squares up to you, looks you straight in the eye, "I'm proud of you. You did the right thing."
Thank you. My uncle doesn't agree, but I think my father does. Then again, I think my uncle might be a racist.
He just thinks about it for a second. Well, he is human.
Yeah, there are plenty of dwarven racists, and you know this perfectly well.
Of course I do. I'm from the southern... Like, I'm not from this part of the world, as you know. And, God Lord, they don't like elves here. I don't get it. They live longer than we do. There's people you can learn from, trade with.
I mean, good trading partners, it's hard to see eye to eye, and I'm not talking in the literal
Oh, we don't
sense
see eye to eye with
either.
anyone but the gnomes, if you know it.
Yeah, talking of racists.
What? What's wrong with gnomes?
Nothing when you're not talking about kobolds. Though kobolds are generally annoying and aggressive.
Well, if they weren't constantly trying to, like, conquer or rob anything that gets near their hives, wouldn't have much of a problem. So, fighting the hill giants.
Been a little bit. The one time it just was the wrong opportunity, and I'm kind of disappointed that I couldn't.
In Caladesta.
No, when we were trying to make contact near the border.
Well, either way, I just wanted to say that you erred on the side of good, and that was something refreshing. You've always been a lot more stringent with the teachings, often to a almost stupid degree, if I'm being honest. But I think a lot more...
The teachings say when possible. It wasn't reasonably possible.
Right. But you know why we killed them?
Because they, in almost all cases, are murderous bandits or creatures that will wander around killing and robbing people.
To save lives.
Yeah, stop people from being killed and robbed.
What you did saved a lot of goddamn lives. Many humans, dwarves probably too, would have died fighting that group. They were very well
Yeah,
stationed. That was not going to be an easy one.
I don't expect their kingdom to hold together long term, but
Well, maybe not, but
they can have a shot, right?
as far as I'm concerned, they deserve it. What's that land good for anyway? You can't even mine it. It's got like an underground river. But that's about
I
it.
I th- I think there's some mineable stuff in the Stormhorns that they claimed, but there's no top tier deposits that I know of.
Hell no.
Uh, the land is mostly good for hunting in,
Oh,
and then there's some ruins that are of interest to scholars.
well, either way, it's great to see you, and I'm proud of what you did.
I am amused by the fact that Temple Archeron is now their problem, though.
The Banites.
Yep.
You had to deal with the Banites, huh?
It was a weird interaction. And then, I've been traveling with some people, and not all of them, but most of them are idiots.
Yeah, that's the adventure in life. Did that for 15 years, and everybody
There,
but one elf I worked with was a moron.
sometimes you have to be discreet. I mean, it's not my strong suit, but there are times that, stealing a prisoner from the Bay Knights in the middle of making a delivery is a bad call.
Yeah, but that sounds so fucking fun, though.
Yeah, if they'd done it properly, it would have been more fun as well.
Well, either way, you saved a prisoner, did you?
Yep.
That's what really
Apparently,
matters.
she's a professional assassin.
Really? Like with
But
the
at that
Shadow
point, she was
Thieves,
just being a
or
spy.
are we talking like Amish Shadow Thieves here? Is this something we should talk to the consul
No,
about?
this is those far eastern lands.
Oh, Karatur. Yeah, yeah.
The people that like tea.
Ah, like the shoe.
Yeah, I think that's the term. I have some what do they call it? Uh Steak. Here. Try this. It's not bad.
The fuck is
I
sake?
think you're supposed to serve it warm though.
He reaches up and takes it, shrugs, casts a spell, and the bottle just gets warm in his hand. Takes a sip. It's like weird vodka.
I mean, it's not as strong as that. I think it's technically a type of grain wine, but
Grain wine. I didn't know you could make wine from grain.
yeah, it's just weird. Uh, I think some of the time they add other things like as flavoring and that type of thing. But yeah, they use this type of grain called rice.
Rice. Is it like a
Uh,
potato?
no, it's not like a potato.
Like corn?
It's more like corn. Um, trying to think.
It's a pretty unique food item.
Nah, not
Conf-
as much.
Confusing
It's
more compared to quinoa.
I don't know what quinoa is in
That's,
character anyway.
yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think. Did you ever have lentils?
I'm,
They're like mini beans.
I mean, I've
The
had
texture's a
beans.
little bit like that.
Dried beans was a popular source of protein when they're out adventuring sometimes.
Well, yeah. They're nowhere near as big. But yeah, corn is probably the closest grain anyway.
So
Actually, you
it's,
could probably make a type of wine from corn, now that I think about it. Though you're better off just making things like whiskey with it.
well, either way, thanks for introducing me to this. How much does it run you?
I can't even remember. It was cheap. I make lots of money now.
Well, to celebrate this, I have an idea. Now, I was polishing some weapons when you came in here. Getting ready to go round up some boys and take care of a Fomorian down in the mines. But
There's Fomorians down in the mines?
One Fomorian, thankfully.
Aren't they from the Plane of Law?
No, that's Formians.
Oh, I must have misheard you.
Fomorian. Make a knowledge nature check.
Or I could not be able to?
Oh, you don't have knowledge nature.
No, I've knowledge planes, though.
Yeah. That's not a planner thing.
Oh. I was thinking it was that planar thing from Order.
He waves you up. Right, you're not really from here. A Fomorian is kind of like a cave giant.
Oh.
They're really
stupid.
Sounds
like it'd be interesting.
They're really stupid, but they know how to smash shit. Now, like I said, I was about to round up some boys to take care of them, but I reckon between the two of us we can handle it. What do you say?
Oh, yeah. As long as it's no tougher than Hill Giant, we should easily be able to.
Oh, no. Not even.
Oh. Yeah, with your experience and my being slightly taller.
Alright. Well, let's get going, he says as he grabs a dwarven war axe. Alright, so let's... Whoop! The second encounter. This one's just gravy. The story is basically done, so we'll try to go through it quick.
Yeah, I am going to try and see if any of the clerics are able to add a symbol of Clandigan on my new axe, but I suspect they'll have some issues with that.
Oh no, they can.
Well, it's a magical weapon, so it's difficult to, right?
Yeah, but if anyone can do it, it's dwarves, and these are, magic dwarves.
Magic dwarves of the priest caste in particular, right?
Yeah.
They would be experts on adding holy symbols to things.
Yeah. Just like normally it is like the caste system, but this particular stronghold doesn't have castes. It's family-based, like houses, and the clergy is considered to be like the commons house.
Or the commons are considered to be part of the clergy house, probably more accurately.
Yeah. So like, let's say you moved here, you're not a part of the house, you could still vote as a part of the church, even though you're not dwarven and you don't have a house.
I mean, my house isn't a member of this one anyway. Also, right. I'm literally part of the church, so I'd vote with the church normally anyway.
Okay, but then let's say a half-orc comes here for labor. Like, he'd still be allowed to, because everyone that lives here is a member of the society.
Yeah.
Right, so, you're standing, at the edge of, like, a tunnel as it turns. And sure enough,
I assume my spells have reset.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're at full capacity.
I'm putting Airwalk back on my spell list.
Good man.
And... yeah, I don't think I need Discern Lies for this type of traveling.
No, probably not. I don't think you're going to be parlaying much with the cave giant.
Well, I mean, I would have prepared this before I knew that it was a cave giant, but knowing that we're going to caves is a good reason to prepare Stone Shape.
Yes, it is. It's also one of your favorite spells.
I mean, I've used it twice to effect.
I meant you, Leif.
Oh.
It's a great spell. Really cool.
I mean, my favorite spell is actually Ironbeard, but...
Ah, yeah, alright, that makes sense.
It's normally not the right spell, especially at this level, but...
So, you're standing not too far away from it, silenced by a spell cast by Cormyr, so you don't actually make sound when you move around.
Okay.
You're maybe 60 feet away from it. It's slightly turning corridor in the upper dark area. And sure enough, there's a big fucking giant-looking motherfucker with these bestial tusks jutting out from its jaw, hunched over in the hole, wearing patched-together armor from bones of its past victims, scraps of leather, and with a big axe in one of its hands, held as though that were an extension of its body. Alright, so a spell's going to wear out in just a moment. How do you want to approach this?
We take a moment to increase our combat abilities, and then I rush it.
Alright, I could work with that. I brought me arrow. Pulls out
Arrow? Oh, of course.
Pulls out his hammer.
I'm meaning to do that with an axe, actually.
You know, those are more common down south.
Returning throwing axes?
Yeah. Hell,
Okay.
not just for throwing axes. A throwing, returning dwarven war axe. I don't know why it hasn't caught on. It's great.
I guess the hammer is just tradition, and it's basically just as good, right?
Yeah, it's true. We do use the dwarven arrow. It's not like it's unique to the shield dwarves. But yes, let's prepare. Yeah, you've got one round. Then you'll have a surprise.
Do I want divine power or mighty strength?
I think divine power is a better overall buff.
Divine power is a shorter duration, but I think I can finish it in that length.
I don't expect this to go very long. So you cast divine power.
Yep.
What's
It
your
gives me a
bonus?
+2 to attack, damage, strength checks, and 1 temporary hit point per caster level. Also, whenever I make a full attack action, I can make an additional attack with my full base attack bonus.
Yeah, so it turns you into a fighter.
Not quite, but close.
Alright, so you become overwhelmed in divine light. This actually does draw the attention of the giant, who's really perplexed and like, what?
Now it is time to charge.
Well, the other guy's got to cast a spell first. He casts, what's that thing called? Hold on, let me go to the spell list. Clerics, there it is. It's a first level spell, I just can't remember the name of it. Looking at a spell list. Is it not a first level spell?
Which spell are you looking for?
Can't remember its name.
I mean, he probably is not looking for a first
Oh
level
no, there it
spell
was.
anyway.
There it was. Yeah, it is a first level spell. He's cast Sanctuary on himself.
Oh, okay. That actually makes sense.
Yeah. Couldn't remember Sanctuary for some reason.
Yeah, he can use other buff spells after.
Mm-hmm.
Or healing or debuffs.
He can throw his hammer.
He can't. Sanctuary goes away if he throws his hammer.
I thought it was only if you engaged in, like, melee.
It's attack.
Okay.
So you can't use attack spells either with Sanctuary.
My mistake. And then he casts Stunning Barrier instead.
I mean, Sanctuary and then a few more buffs is another strategy that makes sense, but...
Fight won't last that long. Yeah, Stunning Barrier gives a +1 bonus on AC, and if anybody hits you, they make a save or become stunned.
Okay, that's a pretty solid one.
Yeah. Okay, you're up. It'll be you, then him, then the enemy.
Okay, I charge into combat.
Yeah. I mean, you're 60 feet apart.
Oh. I move 20 feet forward and then cast another spell, I guess.
Yeah. What are we looking at?
I might as well add Mighty Strength then.
Yeah, you might as well. So you're just this big glowing hunk of man.
I mean, I haven't made myself made of steel yet.
That's true. What's up, Bix? The main story is over. We're just sort of having a glory fight here. Alright, on his turn, he moves forward 20 feet and throws his hammer.
Well, I mean, I'm not a Hulk of a man. I'm still only 5'2".
Gets a 21 in his attack roll by rolling a 12. Where's that giant? There it is.
I go from Burly to Wolverine, basically.
Alright, that hits. And for 1d8 plus 3, 4. 11 damage as the hammer, like, boofs off of its peck. Alright. Immensely pissed off, the giant grabs a rock off of the ground and just hucks it at the other priest.
Well, I'm sure he's tough enough to take that.
I mean, he has to know how giants fight.
Well, giants generally just bash you with big, stupid things, but they'll also sometimes throw rocks.
Natural 20. Does not confirm. And the boulder does 1d8. He takes 12 damage getting rocked by a boulder.
He might need to heal himself rather than hit it next round.
Oh. I mean, he's alright. He showed some curse in Dwarven that you haven't heard before, but it's unmistakably a curse.
I'm surprised it's a new one. I hung out with the Smiths for quite some time.
Yeah. Well, the thing with long-lived races is sometimes you can know them for, like, most of your life and not hear the, like, all of the profanity they've learned.
I suspect this one is the one that isn't common in this settlement.
Yeah, it's probably a gold dwarf curse that he just hasn't said in a long time.
Okay.
You're up.
Okay, now I charge.
Yes, you do. How fucked is he?
I rolled a natural 1.
Natural 1, which is still an 18.
Actually, it's a 20 because I'm charging.
Alright, so you fumble with your axe at the last moment and fail to actually connect. Unfortunate. The other priest's turn comes around, and he casts a spell this time, firing like this golden arrow from the tip of his finger.
Ooh. I think I might recognize this spell.
You can make a spellcraft check if you really want to.
Is it Holy Javelin?
No.
Aww.
It's Ray of Law. Or Arrow of Law. Sorry. It is a ray, though. Touch attack? Yeah, that's what he was hoping for. Hits. I'm double checking the scaling on Arrow of Law. Yep, that's what it is. It's for 11 axiomatic damage. So the thing's got like a weird, orderly wound, like a perfect sphere.
I assume this is a chaotic beast.
Yeah, they're chaotic evil. The Arrow of Law only hurts chaotic things.
Yep. So it's one of the ones that doesn't hit neutrals?
Yep. Oh, no,
some of those just have a reduced effect on neutral alignments.
Yep, some of them do. It's not in the same tier as like Holy Smite or Hammer of Justice or anything like that. It's a level 2 spell. Or level 3. One of the two. I can't remember. Level 3.
Yeah, if it was level 4, he'd just be using Holy Smite.
Oh, yes. So it's the thing's turn, and it attacks you with a slam, because you're too close for it to use its axe.
This might hurt.
If it hits you.
That's why I said might.
How much damage does it do with a slam?
Well, it doesn't matter if it doesn't hit.
27.
That hits.
Alright, so that's...
Clearly should have cast Iron Skin.
You take 11 damage. Boom!
There go all my temporary hit points plus some.
Yeah. So your barrier was just demolished. Alright, it's your turn.
Time for a full round attack with an extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 22 hit?
Oh yeah. And you confirm your crit on the second one.
Okay.
This guy is in bad shape.
Does the extra damage get multiplied on a crit from Bane?
Sure does.
Okay, so I.
Oh wait, no, the Bane bonus, like the 2d6 does not. The extra enhancement, yeah, the extra enhancement bonus does.
Okay, so on the second attack, it actually takes, because it's a ×3 critical.
Yeah.
An extra 6 from that, so that's 45 plus 9 is
54.
54, and it's at 4 bleed right now.
54 minus 22, or plus 22, I guess. So that's 76. It's unconscious
Also,
and almost...
if it has DR, it doesn't apply to my second attack.
No, it has no DR, and it's at minus 9.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah, no, you massacred it.
Well, I mean, I still did 3 attacks, right? So
yeah.
It's definitely gone.
Yeah, so your first attack hits, your axe blade becomes just engulfed in its blood, and then ferociously. You strike it 2 more times, lopping off an arm at the elbow, and then lopping off its head.
I expected it to be slightly more difficult than that.
I told you that wasn't going to be that bad. The CR6. You're level 9, he's level 8.
I was talking to him.
Oh. He moves up beside you. I mean, yeah, I was expecting it to maybe take twice that long, to be honest. How did you get so powerful? And what's with that axe?
I found this axe. I'd like to get a holy symbol inscribed on it, but
That'd probably do it some
thirsts
good.
for the blood of my enemies.
Yeah, I can fucking feel it. Yeah, no, we'll get a symbol on that. It probably needs one.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable using it once I have a symbol, that's for sure. It causes bleeding as well, but also just when you get lucky with an axe, right, it's huge damage. If you can hit someone in a critical spot, it's always been big, right?
Oh, certainly. You lopped off its arm and its head all in, 3 swift attacks.
Yeah, more of that was Clandigan's blessing than the axe, though.
Well, we both have Clandigan's blessing, and you're stronger than I am, I can tell you that.
When he grants divine power, it's pretty strong.
Well, I'm glad to see that you made it so far.
Thank you.
Come on, let's go get something to eat.
That sounds like a good idea. As long as we have something to drink with it, of course.
Well, yeah, what are we, fucking elves?
I think elves are also actually functioning alcoholics.
Alright, and that is the end of Porthos Gaiden.
So I assume that I'm staying here till the passes are expected to melt in the spring.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'll be helping out at the temple, doing a lot of healing.
Yeah, you're probably the second strongest cleric in the temple.
And also using Porthos' favorite spell, Enhance Water.
I mean, they all use it. You learned it from them.
It's the dwarf cleric's favorite party trick.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean we don't have enough booze?
You have a well?
You don't need a well. You have create water.
That's true.
Do you have a bucket?
Yeah, suck it, Jesus. We don't even need a well. Alright. Let's,
Another bucket of booze on the way.
Let's raid Runaway Robot, another dungeon master. Hope everybody enjoyed this. I'm very excited to get back to the group games. I think that these one-on-ones went very well, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself, Burnbar.
Yeah.
Alright, so before I go, reminder, this has been brought to you by your support over at patreon.com/GreatCanadianGuy. In particular, I want to shout out Scipio, Woodrose, Midnight Saber, Keegan, Kiana Blue, Bjornvar, Ray Turtleback, Vivacia, Emerald Embers, Bob Denos, Vulpus Legapus, Sir Slips, and The Rock Bender, each of whom contribute $5 or more a month to the Patreon. Anyway, this was fun. We'll be getting back to the main story with Act 4 start, if not next weekend, the one after, whenever we can get everybody on the same page. Anyway, catch you on Monday. Peace. And we're clear.